main stage at Cubed 2024. I am here with the wonderful people from InsideMC and the Withering Effect podcast. Take it away, guys.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect episode 183, recorded live on the main stage at Cubed 2024. Today's date is Sunday, October 6, 2024, and I am Duds or Duds Versus, known to the rest of the interweb.
And I'm Carl, you may know me as Carl Rides.
And I'm Orbits from InsideMC.
And I'm Charlie from CubeCon.
Today, it's the podcast crossover you've all been waiting for. It's InsideMC and the Withering Effect coming together for a Cubed podcast special, discussing all things podcasting in Minecraft.
And for our first section today, we have growing a podcast and a brand. So I think we should start with InsideMC on this one.
Oh, hello. So I'm doing the classic thing today of speaking when I'm spoken to. That way then I don't get too confused or overspeak.
Let's go for it.
So I guess, so you want me to talk first, or would you rather me ask you questions
Go
first?
for it. Like, how did you guys build the InsideMC brand just briefly?
So I started off about 2.5 years ago now, give or take. And it wasn't it was quite consistent at the time, but then after about a month or two, it ended up stopping because I had to do a night shift job. So then I bought it back last year, and it took partial luck, like all things do. I think a lot of the time, if you talk to a creator, a lot of it will be very, very lucky. But at the same time, it just came down to consistency. Like I was mentioning to people yesterday, in conversation, that Midweek MC and Inside MC was being uploaded twice a week for an entire year straight. And for the last 2 weeks, I just don't know what to do with myself because I am only uploading once a week now. So it's kind of broken out of this habit of consistently uploading these podcasts to I have so much time. But it's just consistency, work ethic, and partial luck with getting people on or just having people find out that you exist. Everyone listening today.
Definitely. With us, it was kind of it's a similar kind of story. For the first 4 years, we were doing weekly episodes. And with the pandemic and stuff, when we started in June of 2019, once we'd got to 2020 and lockdown started happening around the world, our numbers just kept growing and growing and growing as people had more time to find new interests and stuff. They were finding new YouTubers they were looking at, they were finding new podcasts they were listening to, and that really kind of helped us to take our little podcast to what it is today. I mean, we've been at Cubed 3 times now. First year on the outdoor stage, last year on the community stage, and this time at the wonderful brand new main stage at the new convention center. And
this is your first time being on stream as well, right?
First time being on the Cube stream. We did our own streams last year and the year before. But we were consistent, as I say, for the first 4 years, weekly episodes. We were producing Patreon content every week as well. But we've had a couple of co-host changes. I'm not supposed to be the dedicated co-host. I'm supposed to be the producer. But it's just kind of happened that we haven't really found the right person to replace Jimbo. But we all of our lives sort of got busier in the past year with work and everything like that. So we've we put it back to monthly, and we haven't been the best consistent at that either, but we are trying. This month, for example, in the last 4 weeks, we would have produced 3 podcast episodes. So I think we've kind of made up for the 2 we've missed earlier in the year. So yeah, building the brand was also kind of interesting. We used to be on a server called the Ripple Effect, and that's where the Withering Effect came from. It kind of morphed from that. So it means that we kind of had that audience, although it was a small audience, it was one that was really
Dedicated.
yeah, dedicated to us, and we could build on that. So we had a baseline of listeners for the podcast already, and that meant that Spotify and Apple and that were seeing that we were getting listens from day one. There was no episodes where we had 0 listens. It was starting, I think the first episode started in the first couple of days with like 50 listeners, like the first 2 days, and then it just rolled from there. I also think like the way we do our marketing in terms of like our podcast art and that, we have our faces on there because we want it to be less of a news show and more of like friends talking together about Minecraft. I think Duds, you kind of like wanted that to be what the show was about originally, didn't you?
Yeah, so originally it kind of was a news show. There was a lot to talk about that was new in the Minecraft world. Their updates were coming fast and large, and that's what we did because we thought that's what people wanted to listen to. But from the get-go, I just wanted it to be people sitting around talking about Minecraft, not so much reporting about Minecraft. And I think you can see that with a lot of our guests that we have on. There's a huge range, and there's always an underlying love for Minecraft in it.
Definitely, yeah. We've had Mojang developers on, we've had people from Hermitcraft, we've had Logical Geek Boy. So many people. Like the list is brilliant. Like the people we've had on.
We were just talking about this last night. One of our favorite guests was, oh, I can't believe I'm blanking on her name, but they did a cookbook.
The Minecraft official cookbook, yeah.
Yes. That was such a fun. I can't believe I'm
going to attempt to find her name. Carry on.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't do well testing, so putting me on a stage and forcing me to remember things, I'm gonna. But yeah, just talking about the cookbook and how you're going from real food to video game food and making them taste well. Carl and I even were making some of the recipes at home, and it was a lot of fun.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean,
sorry, I'm still trying to find the name. Go for it, Orbits.
Well, while you look for that, I was going to say that, like, I mean, I'll be transparent as much as I can here. Well, I will be transparent. I know you guys won't mind this. For instance, I didn't know what the Withering effect was before CubesCon last year. I found out what CubesCon was. I had Nathan on the podcast, which is really, really cool. They came on after, but like, so I went around, looked at stuff, and then I found Withering effect. Did a little bit of a look into it. I was like, oh my god, this is a podcast. This is so sick. I love podcasts. What? So I found out who you guys were, and funny enough, one of the cookbook one was one of the first ones I listened to because I was just given like a little scroll through the content that you guys made. I was like, oh, this one's really interesting. So you know, it's kind of cool, like with the whole, you know, part luck, when I kind of referring to what I said earlier with the whole growing and then getting people on. And when I was sitting down and doing this, because a year ago we reached out to each other and was like, what if we did a podcast together sometime? And then that just never happened until right now. So
we've been planning this crossover for like a year now.
We've been attempting. We've been attempting to like do this for ages, and like a few months ago when Cubed announced the date, we kind of went, right, it's either we do it now or it's never going to happen. So that's why we reached out. It's Tara, by the way, who produced the
Tara.
cover.
That's right. That's right. One, the big thing is, we work 40-hour-a-week jobs. Like, we have real life outside of this. We're not able to be the full-time content creators everyone wants to be.
Yeah.
So finding time to fit this into busy schedules is extremely hard.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing to anyone out there who's like thinking about podcasting. Try and pick, or even YouTube, try and pick a schedule that works around your life. If you pick a schedule that's too intense, you're gonna be burnt out. You're gonna give up. Like we made the decision to change our schedule because we knew that we couldn't keep up with the current schedule that we had, and we'd rather be as consistent as we can and produce less episodes than try and say we're a weekly show and it ending up every month anyway. We'd rather be transparent about that. And I think if you talk to your audience about what's happening. Our audience knows, we have jobs and stuff like that, and what we do to a degree. And I think if you're transparent with them like that they really like respect you more and kind of, understand like why the change was made in the first place.
I think, I mean, kind of like linking into that, well, fully linking into that, is alongside having a job and stuff as well, it's also, I mean, Tommy in it made a video about this, yesterday, 2 days ago. YouTube has just changed a bunch anyways, and getting someone to listen to a podcast for so long, and even for everyone who's listening to it live right now, like it's tough to keep people engaged. And with what you guys do, and I'm going to speak on my behalf here, and you guys can agree if you want to. We have our jobs that kind of earn us the income, and let us live a life. And then we have the podcast as our thing that we enjoy doing on the side, and it's like it takes a lot of time, because I was talking to you last night, Cole. I don't know, but when it comes to editing, you do so much in-depth editing on your podcast to the point where it's recorded, then it's cut up, then it takes ages. With me, for example, it's about scheduling, then you record, and then I cut out all the silent parts if anything's misspoke, which is, I've never done a live podcast before. This is completely new to me, so I can't just, if I stutter or go, I can't cut it out. But in editing, I can just get rid of that and make myself look like the most perfect speaker. So it kind of comes down to that as well, of time for work, time for family, social life, going out, living life, and then podcasting is a lot to manage. The
amount of so's that I remove from Duds' audio.
That was a trick. So I had to take a public speaking class in college for my degree. And I am not good at public speaking. I hate it. I despise it. Which is hilarious, being on a podcast on a stage with people watching. At least it's all digital and stuff.
There's so many people in the audience as well, guys. Thank you for joining us at the stage.
Sure. But yeah, my teacher would say instead of saying say so or something like that.
Yeah.
Because that shows you're carrying on the conversation. You're not giving up on it. So I have
kind of a perfectionist kind of attitude to like content. Like I'll go through an episode and I'll go, right, I'm not going to edit this for 12 hours like I used to in the early days. I'm going to do like 3 hours of editing, and then 5 hours later I'm still there going, yeah, but this bit's not quite right. So
I think I edited the first 5 episodes of the show, and I spent maybe an hour max.
Yeah.
And then Carl was like, hey, if you want, I would love to be part of the thing and just be in the background. Just edit.
That was the idea.
Oh yeah, great. That takes some weight off my hands. I just have to plan a show and be on there. And welcome to the show, Carl.
Yeah, like this was supposed to be a temporary thing. I'm supposed to be pressing buttons and being like Harrison and just producing.
Yeah.
Should we move on to our next section?
Let's move on.
Follow your lead,
Yeah, let's move on to the future of Minecraft as a medium. And this is huge because Minecraft is like reaching into more than just video game world and stuff. And even if you just focus on the game, it's become like an art platform. You have YouTube videos and stuff. You have people, what I call painting in Minecraft, and it's beautiful.
There's so many like different ways of like being a Minecraft content creator. Like there's people who, we were talking the other day, Duds, about people like map makers.
Oh yeah, I don't know how some people think of that.
Yeah, like the planning that has to go into a map versus like with a base, you can kind of wing it to a degree. But like when you're creating a map that's like got a story to it and stuff, like being able to like plan all of that out and get everything you need to make it work. It's like Cube. They had the murder mystery last night. And you know, that kind of stuff in Minecraft, you know, about Minecraft. We've had, you know, podcasts, we have YouTubers, we have PvPers, we have the Cube Grand Prix they had yesterday, where it's like ice boat racing challenges. There's so much to do in this game, and it's just amazing to like have this kind of thing as well, where we can all come together and kind of share that with each other.
And
It's
like
really
putting
special.
it out there. I'm gonna prop some Channel 64 people here, because if you watch some of those videos, yeah, there's a couple of us that do a standard Let's Play, but there's a lot of really, really good storytellers in there.
Mhm.
All of those episodes feel like you're watching short movies, and I don't think they get enough credit for how very well done they are.
Yeah, we've also got things like me and Duds have recently started playing Create,
Mhm.
and it just shows that like if you're getting a bit kind of like bored with vanilla, that there's so many options out there for
Yeah.
getting a different experience from the game. And I think that's why Minecraft has like stood the test of time, because it's
Mhm.
so varied in what it's got to offer. What do you think, Orbits?
I mean, with like I guess how Minecraft is going, it's I saw someone refer to it being like Fortnite, Minecraft, Minecraft, Fortnite. It's like kind of similar. I think Minecraft as a whole is just, I mean, it's a sandbox game, right? So it can you can do anything
Yep.
you want. One thing that when you were mentioning about the content and stuff, you said about like story times and SMPs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I'm a bit more involved in is like the tournament scene, for example, which
Oh,
even that, like even the tournament scene in Minecraft has grown so much to the point where I think there's about 5 on today. There was about 7 on yesterday. I mean, later today for CubesCon, there's the Not Squad Game Show. Although that isn't a Minecraft tournament in the sense of 8 games played, multiple different teams, it's still a Minecraft event that's happening, and it's crazy that over the last like I haven't been involved in Minecraft for like a crazy long time, or at least fully involved in it like I am now. But in my last 4 years of being involved in Minecraft, especially the last 2 years being involved in the podcast, I've seen Minecraft change not just the game itself, but the people around it. And maybe that's just because I've associated myself with more people. But I found so many different areas of Minecraft where I thought it was just log on, play survival, get your armor, beat the dragon, that was it. But the buildings that people make, the stories that people tell, the tournaments that people host, like some of it is crazy. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And we're not even getting into the fact that there's a full feature Minecraft movie coming out.
yeah.
We have I think an animated show coming on Netflix, so it's moving past the video game
Yeah.
media. The music for Minecraft is usually trending on either Spotify or something at some point, because people just love to listen to Minecraft.
Yeah. Like our music that we played at the start, and there'll be an outro at the end as well for you guys on the CubeCon stream. Like that was made with Minecraft note blocks.
Mhm.
You know,
By
it
the
was made
wonderful Decoy. We got
by
a
Decoy,
pop-up
our music
Decoy.
master. Yeah, and it was using the Wither sounds and like the note block sounds. And there's a video on YouTube from Decoy showing you how he put it together in Logic. And
Mhm.
it's got so many like layers where he's just layered all the note blocks together and made that wonderful like music that you heard at the start and you'll hear at the end. It's so cool, so good that you can do that kind of
Very
stuff.
sick. I love it. I love your the little jingle that plays on
It's
your podcast.
so catchy. He's just like, we had like a Ripple News one. We've had like our Patreon music is a different set of music, but based on the same kind of idea. He's so good to us. He makes us loads of different music for
Anytime
our
I've
like
asked-
Let's Plays as well.
Yeah, anytime I've asked Decoy for music, he's been like, how much time do I have? What do you want it to sound like? And anytime I've tried to pay him, he turns it down. He goes, this is for the fun of it. And
Yeah.
I always try to credit him as much as possible, because he created a new song for my Create series. And I literally sent him a song from Daft Punk, and I said, this, but industrial. And that's all I had to. Well, I also said, he created my what he calls chill pace intro music for Channel 64. And I said, I need the timing to be the same, because there's like a 10-second mark cut, a 20-second mark cut, and then a 45-second mark cut. And that's how I do my intros and outros and stuff. So he took Daft Punk, industrial, and that same cut points to create my Create theme music. And the man's a genius. He really is.
He is. Should we try and bring Charlie in here?
What do you think about Minecraft, Charlie?
What's your favorite part of Minecraft? What's your kind of like go-to? Is it like PvP, survival, redstone, that kind of stuff? Has she disappeared?
Maybe.
Yeah, I can't hear Charlie again, but
I can't hear Charlie. Maybe it's not working again. Or maybe they just don't have anything to say.
What about if we move on to our final section then about creator outreach? This was kind of your kind of department, I think, Orbits.
Yes. It's the one that I wanted. This is the one that we probably end up. I mean, we still got loads of time, so we'll probably end up.
Yeah, we'll kind of
thinking about
bounce
this a little bit
between them
more.
as well. Yeah,
yeah,
can
we
always
can
do
always
like
go
a-
back.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of what will be said here will kind of link into the last two things, anyways, because
Yeah.
creator outreach involves like Minecraft
sure.
growing over time, all that kind of jazz. So, I guess one thing I wanted to ask, I actually want to lead this with a question to you guys, if that's okay, just to hear your thoughts on it. When you obviously, a long time ago you had official Minecraft people on, and nowadays you get guests on. When you outreach to a guest to get them on the podcast, how exactly do you go about doing it? And it doesn't have to be a crazy in-depth process, but like, firstly, how do you get in contact, and secondly, how exactly do you invite them on through message?
Oh, I'll start with whenever I find someone like, hey, I'd love to have a show with them or whatever, I just kind of message Carl and be like, hey, is there any way we can reach out and talk to this person? And then from then, I don't know what Carl does. He works some kind of magic. We get a lot of no's. Like, we've gotten a lot of no's, but every once in a while we get a yes.
We don't get a lot of no's. We get a lot of being ignored.
Okay, yeah.
That's the difference.
It's still a no. You might as well take it as a no at that point.
We've only officially had one no.
Yeah, but
And
it was the
me.
nicest no of all time.
Yeah, it was one. I'm not going to name who it was, but it was one of the Hermitcraft people, and they were like, "I'm so sorry. My schedule
time.
is so packed.
Yeah,
we just
but
don't have."
They were very kind to reach out and let us know, hey, I'm not ignoring you. I just
Yeah.
And
It was
that rocketed them to the top of my watch list. Every time there's an episode out now, I try to watch it within the first hour, just because of how kind they were.
Yeah, in terms of other guests, it's basically just reaching out, just explaining who you are, put in some, past guests that you've had, some figures.
Try to be as professional as possible.
Yeah, and then they come on the show and they meet duds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they never want to stop recording.
We burn each other on the show all the time. I think we have Charlie back.
You do.
Hello,
indeed,
Charlie.
yes.
Welcome back.
Slight technical difficulties, but I am back.
Awesome. We were just saying before, we were talking about Minecraft as a medium, and we were talking about like the kind of areas of Minecraft that we like the most. What's your kind of area? Did you enjoy like the murder mystery last night?
I did indeed. It was very fun taking part of it, but I just love how Minecraft is so creative as a medium that you can quite literally do anything in it.
Yeah.
Like we had a panel yesterday. People have made like an entire magic SMP that's custom made.
Wow.
That's
That's so cool.
Spells and broomsticks, and a dragon. I think I saw as well, like not the Ender Dragon.
Yeah.
It was just absolutely incredible, and
it
is just fascinating how far you can actually go in Minecraft.
Yeah.
If you just have a thought, like the sky's the limit. Just keep going.
Exactly. It's crazy. Like the amount of stuff that you guys have done over the years as well on the live streams. Like you've got your donator funds, and you had like the Lego Minecraft thing earlier.
Yeah.
As well. Like there's so much you can do in this game, and it's just wonderful to see people's creativity. And that's what we kind of try. I know you guys try to do it here, where you have people on for panels and stuff and talk about these things. And we try to have guests on that we think have, not just I play Minecraft on YouTube, but different things that are a little bit unique.
Cubed Cam has disappeared.
Cubed
It's
Cam.
okay.
They're on their way back.
Hey,
There they are.
Duds, for once, that is not my problem. I am not the producer here.
Anytime things go wrong, I go, Carl.
I have no control over that.
It's okay. We're back. It's okay.
Yeah, as long as they could still hear us, I guess.
Yeah. We're all good.
We missed you so much, Cube Cam.
Aww, Cube Cam missed
Oh,
you too.
Cube
You can
Cam.
be my second favorite walrus. How about that?
Yeah, Cube Cam is a walrus.
I was gonna
Orkney,
say,
you've got
who's your
competition.
first?
Oh, who is
Orkney,
that?
our good friend Orkney is a walrus as well.
Oh, I
We'll
have-
see.
We'll
Fight
have
to
to
the
bring.
death.
We'll have to bring him on next year, and him and
Yeah,
Cube
you are
Cam
gonna
can have a
to.
fight.
They can bow it out in oh god, I want to get the exact right name here. Hold up 1 second. It is called Flick Flack. There we go. I was just making sure I knew that.
Yeah,
They can 1v1 in Flick Flack.
I think that's a very good idea. We will arrange that battle for 2025.
Definitely, the cubed battle.
Omni just gets thrown into this. He's like, "What did I do? I just wanted to."
I just woke up and I hear that there's declared war.
Yeah.
Should we talk about like commitment to content creation?
Oh, can I quickly touch on the outreach to guests if that's okay?
Go for it. Yeah.
I was gonna say that I have like a certain strategy. It's not a strategy that I purposely nailed down. It kind of just happened to happen. I some of it I kind of mentioned to you last night, and I won't go into full depth of it because it's not like this ultimate. I don't want people thinking it's like the ultimate way of talking to people or like reaching out. But I got kind of lucky with guests I had on in the earlier days, and then I think a lot of the time because that their content, I was also interested in the content that they did alongside the creators that they were around. I think it kind of helped with getting the other creators on. But a lot of the time, my method is either through email if I really need to, or just sending a Discord friend request. I think a lot of people don't realize, and maybe I could be wrong in this, I've talked to certain guests and they agree with me, is that like your Discord friends list holds a lot of power. So if you reach out to someone, right, in my bio is, so my name is InsideMC. I have InsideMC in my bio. All my links take me to InsideMC. Some of it podcasts, some of it studios. And then as soon as you click on my friends list, I'll have however many mutual friends I have with the other person I'm trying to reach out to.
Yeah.
And a lot of time they'll accept me. A lot of the time I won't get a response from a few people, but my message is always pretty similar, but altered to different people. So it's like this big paragraph. Basically, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I want from you. This is why I want you on. And then just send it off with, here, this is about a rough time frame to do it. I kind of wanted to touch on the other side of it as well. And I don't know how many people you've had reach out to come on the Withering Effect. I get a lot of people reach out to come on InsideMC, which is completely fine. I'm more than happy for people to reach out and try their luck, because I try my luck with getting guests on. But a lot of the time, I'll get a Twitter DM, or someone will add me on Discord and send me a DM. Can I be on the podcast? And it's fine. Like maybe I'll say yes. It's very rare I say yes. But I think a lot of the time, I say if you're outreaching to be a part of something, if you want to physically be on it, is a lot of the time I've said yes to people because they've reached out, they've given me their name, they've given me what they do, they've given me places to find them if it's not in their profile, they've given me what they want to talk about on the podcast, they've given me a rough date when they'll be free. Like they've been so cooperative in their first message to the point where I don't have to ask you any questions because you've given me all the answers, as opposed to, can I be on the podcast? And it's just like a long spiral then of conversation that sometimes takes 2 or 3 days to get a response, which is completely fine. But chances, at least for me, increase drastically if you've given me everything I need to know in that first message.
Yeah, we kind of have like an unwritten rule that we don't usually take people who reach out to us as guests. We look for people who, if someone reaches out and they have something unique, then we definitely consider it. But we kind of like to be the ones to reach out ourselves. We kind of see something special in someone's like what they're doing in Minecraft, and we kind of reach out to them. We have had some people who have reached out in the past that we haven't had on for whatever reason. But yeah, we try to be the ones to reach out first.
That being said, we've had a couple that have reached out that have been on the show also.
Yeah. So there's been a couple, but we kind of like to be the ones to kind of like, because we'll see someone and we'll go, this is the kind of show we can build with that person. It's not like any other show we've done before. We like to not kind of repeat ourselves too much in the kinds of guests that we have, with the exception of with the exception of Mojang staff. Like we've had 3 Java developers, we've had 1 Dungeons manager on. So that's kind of like the outlier, obviously, because it's Mojang.
But like, it was also a different update each time.
Yeah, so they had different things to talk about each time. I think King B Dogs was like episode 45, I want to say. Uroth was like episode 74, something like that. So there was big gaps between them. And I think Laura from Dungeons was like 120, something like that, episode 120. So yeah, we try and make sure that we kind of have, if we do have them on, that we have them at different times. So like Dud says, that they've got different things to talk about from each other. We don't like to like have, like, we've only had 1 cookbook person on. There's been a few unofficial cookbooks and we haven't had them on. We've had, because we've done that. We've talked about that. We want to move on. We want to be unique every episode. We were on the Void Frogs, a long time ago. I think that was episode like 100. And now we've got Orbits here from InsideMC, and this is episode 183. Like, we like to, like, if we are going to do another podcast or we're going to do another YouTuber or another Let's Player or something like that, we like to kind of space them out and kind of give the audience something different every time they listen to us.
Question though, do you think that comes down to the fact that you guys only upload 1 podcast a month? Because I get a lot of repeat guests on, but one of my main things, and I've said this before on multiple like InsideMC videos, is I get people on who I genuinely know I'd enjoy talking to. And I'm not saying that you guys don't do that, but do you think you want to do more variety because you upload less podcasts a month, as opposed to me, who was doing 8 a month or 10 a month, depending on how many weeks there were?
The problem is scheduling.
Yeah.
Having guests on is really hard for us. Carl's British, so he's in that time zone. I'm Eastern United States. And we've had some guests that are Californians. So for Carl, that's a lot of time difference he's got to make
midnight.
Up. Yeah. And granted, he's a vampire and he stays up most nights. So his timing and my timing kind of line up. But that's a lot of work on him. And I hate putting so much work on Carl. So I try not to do that, which means we space out guests a lot.
Yeah. It's one of them things where, because we're in different time zones, that it's kind of difficult to line it up. I guess that's why Cubed has so much British staff, Charlie, because you're all like in that office.
We're all
till like 1 a.m.
Yep, we are all vampires. We did not leave until 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday.
Oh, and then you had the pub quiz. The pub quiz that went on, I think, did that go on to like 1:30?
Yup, we are all there.
Yeah, we were up for that as well, Carl.
Yeah, we were there.
The grind never stops if you are British, is all I can take from that.
Yeah, and like,
yes.
A lot of our guests have never done podcasts either, so they didn't really know how to work their mic or any settings. And we have everyone record locally and then just send the file over, and Carl smashes it all together into one good file. So teaching them how to work software and stuff, maybe a day or 2 before the show. We've done it leading up 5 minutes before the show. It's a lot of stress.
Hey, Duds. Me and Orbits were talking about this last night when you were working on your Mustang. And we were discussing like what InsideMC does for their kind of like pre-guest prep.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to steal that and I'm going to make a document.
I can give a quick rundown of it if I won't say too much, but just so people know the context here, and yourself does as well. It'd be bad if I went this entire panel without mentioning AJX. He was a co-host of Midweek MC when that was alive, and he still helps out behind the scenes. And
we were hoping to have him on this as well. So shout out to AJ.
But scheduling issues. Look at that. See, literally proving our point. But a lot of the time,
planned.
he could only record on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. That was the only day he could do. So if ever like I needed to reschedule a guest because I was busy or feeling unwell, whatever, he just wouldn't be able to make it, sadly. But our little thing that it was mainly me, but he kind of helped narrow it down as being correct, was my pre-podcast document. what I do is I'll call the content creator or whoever it is that I'm in a call with. Maybe it'll just be someone being a co-host. I'll give them the rundown as well. And I have this like it's 9 points, but the last 2 points are mic check and turn off the condensation thingy that sits on my windowsill because it makes a lot of noise. But the first 7 is stuff that I need to tell the guest. So for instance, like this is how it's going to work. If you want to say this, if you don't want to say this, the rule behind swearing, because obviously InsideMC is a little bit different. And then just like general how the intro is going to work, that kind of jazz. It's so helpful because I don't do what you guys do. I record everyone's audio in one because I don't have, if I want to keep the consistent schedule I can't edit 2 audios at once. It just takes too much time for me, and I've done it before and it's great, but at the same time it's a lot easier for me to do a quick audio test and just record all the audio in one, and then I just edit up. But I get people to record their audio also because sometimes Discord has the little thing where it likes to lag out for about 10 seconds, or so if they're saying something important I need to hear it. But for the most part it's just me recording on my end.
So these live shows, obviously we use the Discord audio, but like normally we'd want local audio as much as we can. It's just kind of a preference thing. Nothing that we do is right or wrong. Nothing that you guys is right or wrong. It's always like what you think is best for your kind of situation. So if you guys are listening to this and you're thinking about creating content, like just do what works for you. We like having live audio. You find it easier with your your insane schedule to use one file, and that's perfectly valid. There's so many ways of doing things, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about before about the creativity of Minecraft. There's so many different ways of doing everything that it just, if everyone did it the same way, it'd be boring.
Gotta be unique.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be unique.
I mean, I don't know many other Minecraft in-game conventions. It's like CubeCon has kind of smashed out the park with this one.
Exactly.
We'd like to
year after year after year. And they've already confirmed 2025. They've said it so much on stream. It's basically happening now, guys.
Of course.
Of course. No one's cancelling this.
No, definitely not.
What else?
When you think about it, there's not a lot of like in-person stuff anymore either.
No.
Yeah.
Minecon's kind of gone away. So this is the big convention for Minecraft. At least I look forward to it every year.
Oh, thank you.
It's definitely like the pub quiz at the start, and then Not Squad Game Show at the end is kind of my like perfect weekend doing Cubed every year. I genuinely look forward to it every year.
Oh, thank you. We look forward to hosting it every single year. We know that people enjoy coming here. We know that people enjoy like helping raise money for such a special cause. And we just aim to put on a weekend that people are going to enjoy. Like, as you said, there isn't really any Minecraft conventions out there anymore. It's kind of, there were, and now there aren't. And now you can, like, we've kind of just hit on this, like, nice little corner in the market that's really hitting home. And, we've managed, like, as you've seen, like, we had a set last year, but, like, the set this year is dramatically, like, improved.
That massive screen is insane.
It's so big. Get too close to it, you get dizzy. But it's just so fun and so exhilarating to see people enjoying it so much in the server, Like, I'm getting the camera back to the stage.
Cube cam's gone again.
Great timing. Look at that for timing.
It was Albany, I bet. It was Albany. He's hacking you.
Oh, not again.
Yeah, he started the fight.
Yeah, but it's just the best, having something unique, having something special, to be able to do so much with it. And, we've almost smashed our target from last year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
what it's up to already.
It's like $11,000 at the moment.
Yeah. It was like 12,100 or something.
Yeah, 12,100 was our goal last year, as our target for this year to beat. And that's how much we raised last year, and it's just, we're well on our way to smashing that out of the park.
Definitely, and you're going to do some inventive stuff later to get that out, aren't you?
Yes, indeed. Yes, we are, straight after this. It's gonna be
It's the
wonderful.
donator-thon.
It is the donator-thon after this, absolutely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And a big shout out to like yourself over the years for having us on and
It's always a pleasure
helping us
having you
out and
guys
stuff.
here.
And
Absolutely.
Ben as well has been great and stuff. And
Ben.
everyone's just awesome.
Our Lord and Savior Ben.
Your Lord and Savior.
Where would we be without him? Let's be real here.
Exactly.
Charlie has sadly left.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know
no.
how we can still hear them.
It's because my computer is elsewhere.
No.
It's all me again.
And then you're talking from the big screen behind us. We get one of those as well, like you guys. So.
Yeah, that's.
Just edit Charlie's
I'm up
face
there,
on.
I promise.
It's just turned off at the moment, but you are there. We can hear audio. We just can't see you.
Yeah, technical difficulties.
It would not be a live episode of the Withering Effect without some kind of technical difficulties.
Oh.
Yep.
We always end up restarting our live streams like 3 times because either me or Duds or the tech messes up. So we feel your pain when you're doing all these live shows
It's
for Cubed.
so good, isn't it?
It all works out in the end, though.
It does.
I think people kind of relate to it as well. They see that it's kind of like, it's genuine, it's in person, it's live, it's gonna happen. Just flow with it.
Goodness, yes, absolutely. And if you don't understand that, then you've never done a live production before.
Yeah. If you guys think this is an easy thing to do, try it yourselves.
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Or do what I do and get a Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah, give all the stress to Carl.
Good idea.
Well, and I give him all the credit. Carl is like 75 to 85% of the Withering Effect.
Don't give Cubed ideas. They'll have me come into the office next door going, you fix things.
Hey,
I'm just like, I
Carl,
don't...
you busy next year?
You're busy next year? Do you want to come down? You're in the UK anyway. It's just a train away.
It's not that
And
far.
your fellow vampire.
A fellow vampire.
I'm enjoying
No.
the lack of sleep train.
Yeah. Come
we
into
got-
our office.
We do actually all get enough sleep here. It is completely fine.
As we say that for legal reasons.
No, genuinely. Like, even though we all got in at like 2 o'clock in the morning last night, like we all have hotel rooms literally just across the road. So it's not like we have to
Nice.
go very far.
Yeah. I had this idea of you all sleeping on the office floor.
Yeah, that's what
I mean, Carl, have you not seen the tents in the back of the
The
office?
tents. Yeah, when they swung that camera around before, we were like, there's the tents. That's where they sleep.
Yeah, you know those chairs that are on the set? That's where some of us sleep. The rest of us are in the kitchen.
No, you guys do a great job, and having that screen has really like allowed you to do so much stuff this year, like the murder mystery stuff with like the evidence on the screen and
It's been
stuff.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I wonder what you're gonna do next year. How you gonna beat a massive screen?
Times
That's the
Square.
challenge.
Do on a stadium screen next.
Yeah.
That is the challenge to beat, definitely.
Absolutely.
Do we have any final thoughts? We're getting close to the end of our slot.
Anybody?
Do we have any final thoughts, guys?
I just wanted to say, I guess this is less podcast, more as my kind of view on content creation. I kind of just wanted to mention it because I might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is I think a lot of the time when it comes to content creation and making content, is that people really want it to work, and that's completely fine. But I think some people want it too much. I think there's wanting it too much, which is I think what I was like during COVID, because it's all I did and I really wanted it to be something. But now that I've grown up, I've kind of established I really want it to work, but I'm also really satisfied and happy with the content I'm making.
Yeah.
And I think there's a fine line, and I think YouTube, hopefully in the next few years, it probably won't, but I'm hoping, this very much just me hoping, they kind of goes down the route of have fun with content creation again and do what you enjoy and show yourself in your videos as opposed to what works, because I think a lot of the time You know, like I think what KubeCon hits the mark with is because it brings everyone who can come to conventions, everyone who can't go to conventions because of time zones, because of money restraints, because of travel constraints, all that kind of jazz. They can just log on to Minecraft and show up, right? A lot of the time, people meet people in person and they're amazing, but at the same time, like they're also not the same people you see in videos, and not a bad thing. But at the same time, it's kind of because people really want to make content creation work.
Yeah,
they do sometimes kind of alter who they are slightly.
And we were saying last night when we were discussing this, like, don't chase stats. Don't make everything about stats. Have fun, and the people who enjoy your content will follow. Like, don't be like obsessive about numbers, because you'll just drive yourself mad. You genuinely will. Like,
yeah, for me, I don't make an episode that I don't like to watch. So all of my stuff, I get my YouTube videos are niche, and they are not for everyone, but I enjoy them, and that's what keeps me going. Making the content is like, hey, yeah, I would watch that. So
awesome.
I'm very, that is me. There's no well, except for I was told by a family member I mumble a lot, and I sound not the best, so I should talk with a smile. So when you hear people talk about their YouTuber voice, that's just me putting a smile on to talk.
Aww.
So
that's really sweet, actually. Aww.
Yeah, that's
yeah. So finding your voice is big, but also don't be anyone other than you.
Exactly. Just be yourself. And on that wonderful note, shall you read your giant script, Duds?
Oh, it's that time already.
You made the script 3 paragraphs long. What are you doing, man?
Come on.
It's not that bad. That's going to do it for today's show. But before I have Carl read us out, I want to say a huge thank you to Orbits from InsideMC and Charlie from Cubed for joining us. I also want to say a huge thank you to our patrons who are supporting the show. Our milk level patrons are Arrington, Omni, Fragile J-Man, and Loki. Let's not forget about the Meme Bug. If you too would like to get access to extra content and exclusive benefits from the Withering Effect, including our Minecraft server powered by Bisect Hosting, please consider joining at patreon.com/The Withering Effect. Orbits, where can everyone find your content?
I didn't write a script for this. I probably should have, but I'm just going to freeball this. Sorry. I don't have a Patreon. I just never did one. I wouldn't really know what to put there. I'm not like you guys. You guys are so advanced compared to me. But if you're looking at anything me related, funny enough, other than my streams, Inside Orbits, all of me related stuff is InsideMC. Genuinely. So just if you go onto Google now and search up InsideMC, it'll come up with all of that stuff. I literally shot before some like college program, which is pretty cool. I'm big time now. So it shows the wiki. We have a website, InsideMC, which just shows everything you need to know about me, the team. This podcast will probably be put on there somewhere as well once it gets uploaded on the Withering Effect, because going out on their channel, then I'll just promote it through them. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for helping organize this. Thank you, CubesCon, for letting this be possible. And thank you for everyone who showed up. I was genuinely nervous. We'd have about I guess this is me worrying, not that we'd have less people than there are now, but I wasn't sure what to expect. And turnout, even just from people sitting in the crowd and kind of living the experience in game, is just crazy. So thank you all so much for going out.
Thank you.
Yeah. No worries. Patrons, we'll be doing a post-show with Orbits from our booth here at CubeCon on our Discord. Everyone else, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed the panel. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, rate and follow us so you never miss a future episode. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com, message us on X, or join our Discord, where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are at thewitheringeffect.com and in the show notes if you're listening on the podcast feed.
See, look how much better that was than mine. Oh my god.
I write them though.
That was so clean. I just waffle.
I write them, so you know.
Can I say one more thing?
You did. Okay? You've got one more, Duds. You can do this.
Oh, can I quickly say it, Duds, quickly before you say something? Before you say your script. For anyone who's here in this server right now, I don't think they'll be able to hear us when you do it. But if you want to be, I think you're recording it in the video, right? In the panel.
Yeah,
we're going to be in the booth. It's over there where I'm hitting right now in that direction. It's if you TP to Expo Hall D when it's ends. So if you want to be in the video, and we're going to be standing there for you guys AFK for 30 minutes, but we're going to be talking about something. So yeah,
Definitely.
there you go.
Go for it, Duds.
This show has been brought to you by our digital producer Carl, myself, Orbits, and Charlie. The amazing music you hear throughout the show is created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. You should probably go drink your milk now. Bye.
See you guys.
See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Cue that outro music, production.
I definitely thought the show ended.